Okay, and then I've got a digital counter built into the board here so I can time this and see how long it is. I'd like to keep it under a minute, although I don't know if that's quite going to make it. So I'll just hit the reset button on the digital timer, and then we'll try to read this through and see how it goes. And the first time I'm going to read it kind of slow, emphasizing certain words. So when I get ready to read it for the recording process, I'll probably read it a little faster, and the emphasized words will just kind of come through, kind of like when you practice swinging 2 baseball bats before you get on deck and actually play ball with 1 bat. Okay? Alright, so here we go. Here's your local traffic update, underwritten in part by the Mediterranean Market and Grill on McHenry Avenue. The city of Modesto has been slowly widening its Pellendale Avenue from Dale Road to McHenry Avenue. Commuters can expect delays during working hours. And after nearly 6 months, the Salida Boulevard project is nearing completion, with delays expected throughout the month. New traffic signals are being constructed for Tully Road at Stoddard Avenue near MJC's East Campus, and also in front of the mall at Sisk Road at Vintage Fair Drive. Completion is scheduled for this month, and minor delays are possible. Much needed pavement repairs are planned on the water utility trenches in front of the City of Modesto's golf course on Tuolumne Boulevard. Drivers may experience minor delays. And road grading work has started on the old farm road Kiernan Avenue to turn it into a 6-lane divided highway called State Route 219. That's all along Kiernan Avenue from Salida to Dale Road. Expect delays for the next 6 months. And that's your local update on traffic. From commercial-free KQRP LP Salida, the all-new X106. Okay, that looks like 1.5 minutes. And I read it a little slower, so I'll probably read it just a little faster when we record it.
Oh, okay, so you weren't recording, that was a practice.
No, I should have been, because it came out pretty good, but it was just a dry read to make sure that everything's easy to read and I can pronounce everything. Luckily there weren't any people's names in there that were hard to pronounce. That always trips me up.
Right, so let's cover a couple things. One, you said you verified all the information of the intersections. If there was a phone number to read, you would have called and made sure the phone number was correct.
Right, and then they actually wanted us to read it on the radio.
Okay, and then you used a lot of hand gestures when you were recording, which, from what I understand, helps the voice to sound...
Yeah, it really helps add energy to the broadcast. So you want to smile, because when you're smiling and thinking happier thoughts, that actually comes across. Whereas if this was something I didn't really enjoy, and I was frowning, and I was all kind of bummed out about it, and just really wanted to go home, people can hear that in your voice. It comes across. Or if you're nervous, especially if you're nervous or not confident in what you're doing, that will also come across. And you'll sound nervous, and your voice will go up half an octave, and people just won't want to listen to that. So the hand gestures are helpful to help bring out more energy in what you're saying and more emotion in what you're saying. So. And it's the same thing for television. If you can add some hand gestures and a little bit of head movement in television, it puts a little more energy back in the broadcast. Those are real important things for both video and radio. No one can actually see your hand gestures, but they will help you add the energy and emotion to the broadcast that's needed, because the microphone and the television camera take energy away from you, and you really need to artificially put it back in for things to come out in the end properly.
And what do you do when you come across a name you don't know how to pronounce?
I make something up. That might not be the right way to do it, but it's better for you to take a stab at what you think it is than to stumble on it. And if it's necessary for you to drop somebody's first or last name and just refer to them by the part that you can pronounce, that's fine too. The important thing is that you appear to be confident in what you're doing and not stumble on the name. I mean, you can always apologize or go back and try and read it again, but it's really better for you to just keep moving forward. Chances are your audience won't even notice.
Oh, okay, great. So should we watch you record it this time?
Yeah, let's try to record it this time, and maybe I'll luck out and I won't make any mistakes, and we'll get it done in one take. I've read it a couple of times off camera, so I think I can probably do it now. And just go ahead and get the microphone in about the right place here. It doesn't want to quite stay where I want it, so I'm going to have to slouch a little to stay in front of the microphone. Microphone technique's really important. Sometimes you want to talk directly into the microphone. Sometimes across in front of it. This microphone's particularly forgiving in the angle that you talk at it. There's some microphones you have to talk directly into to get proper sound out of it. Okay, so let's give it a try. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn my microphone down just a little bit there because it was peaking into the red. We don't want that. I'm going to reset the peaks. I'm going to click record. Click record one more time. It's going to ask me for the format, and the preferred format to record in is a 44 kc sample rate, 16 bits, and mono. You only have one mic, one mouth. You might as well record in mono with one channel. There's no point in making a stereo recording of one person talking because you only have one mouth. And a lot of people make that mistake, and it makes the file twice as big as it needs to be. So we broadcast everything in mono, one channel on a community radio station because it just works out better for us, and it makes the station go just a little bit farther. Okay? All right, so let's give this a shot. Take a big breath before we get going. Here's your local traffic update, underwritten in part by the Mediterranean Market and Grill on McHenry Avenue. The city of Modesto has been slowly widening its Pellendale Avenue from Dale Road to McHenry Avenue. Commuters can expect delays during working hours. And nearly, oh, see, I already messed up, so we'll go ahead and start that again. And I'm just going to go ahead and click start and delete what I got here and do it again, but sometimes it's easier for you to just keep going, especially if somebody else is working the controls and you can edit it later. It kind of depends on what's working out better for you. But at the radio station here, it's better for me to start over, but at the recording studio, chances are you'll just keep going if there's a mistake and then edit it later, and then you get more practice editing too. Okay, so let's try that again, and I'll try not to make any mistakes. Here's your local traffic update, underwritten in part by the Mediterranean Market and Grill on McHenry Avenue. The city of Modesto has been slowly widening its Pellendale Avenue from Dale Road to McHenry Avenue. Commuters can expect delays during working hours. And after nearly 6 months, the Salida Boulevard project is nearing completion, with delays expected throughout the month. And new traffic signals are being constructed for Tully Road at Stoddard Avenue near MJC's East Campus, and also in front of the mall at Sisk Road at Vintage Fair Drive. Completion is scheduled for this month. Minor delays are possible. And much needed pavement repairs are planned on the water utility trenches in front of the City of Modesto's golf course on Tuolumne Boulevard. Drivers may experience minor delays. Road grading work has started on the old farm road, Kiernan Avenue, to turn it into a 6-lane divided highway called State Route 219. All along Kiernan Avenue, from Salida to Dale Road, you can expect delays for the next 6 months. And that's your local update on traffic from commercial-free KQRP LP Salida, the all-new X106. I like it. I think we'll take that one. Now, I don't know if you can see it on film, but some of my peaks were a little high here. Maybe a little too high, but I think it'll be okay. But like I said earlier, it's important for you not to peak out and distort your recording in the digital domain, because it's just ones and zeros on a digital recording, and once you hit 1, you can't go any higher. So it's important to not over-record. So you might have to record it again and again until you get your level under control. It's better to be a little too low than a little too high, because you can always turn it up in the digital editor, but you can't turn it down if it's distorted. Okay, so now the next phase is for us to listen to it and take out the extra pause and breathing at the beginning and the little comments I made at the end of the recording. So now we'll take it into the editing phase and trim it up.